Hello and welcome. Got ourselves a game here against Poland. GM 3000. And he's done the line which suggests he might play f5, but he hasn't done that. He's done an early bishop d6 rather than a knight d7, which is why. Nah, that was a wrong move by me. But let's make it work. Let's make it look funky dunky. It doesn't work. Definitely doesn't work. So we blundered in the opening. And now the only thing to consider is that you might have to get your knight somewhere ugly. You have to accept that fact. Now we still got to make a bid to win back the spawn, but it's not so easy. Not so easy because it's difficult to get any piece to really attack it. Might have to do an opposite side castling just to give ourselves something extra. Oh, he blundered. He needed a capture here. So now it's back to an even game materially and positionally probably even slightly better for white. I see a bit more development for white than for black. Probably makes sense to develop the bishop here. What do we do with this knight? Are we planning any big shenanigans? Nah, nothing like that. Let's just ask this bishop where he wants to go, here or here, and then make room for a nice, well defended, well managed big center. No knight hops, only the spawn break really to consider, and I think we just capture back here. Now, of course, the pressure is piling on because of discovered attack on the queen. Therefore, he knows he's under pressure. Even if he comes here, we might have this move coming up next. But he understands the intermezzo dynamics a little bit. However, I don't think it particularly helps. I have to calculate a bit concretely. I can either go a pawn up, and make it even possibly 2 pawns up, or stay 2 pawns down, trade rooks, go up. Nah, I think it makes sense to capture here. The other angle was to, capture here, allow him to capture there, and then take here with check, then take back here, but I don't see how it really helps me. This is defended by the queen. as far as I can tell. Reasonably well defended. But it's a bit shaky. It's a little bit shaky. Bishop here, definitely on the cards. Very likely to lose one of these pawns, if not both. Need to come up with other plans. Strong plans to keep the game on our side. I think one thing is that we're going to get the king a bit out of the way here. And well, we can capture and then push this up. But then when he comes back, what do we have to show for it? I don't see much. So do we take this bishop? Don't have any solid plans. Starting to run low on time here. Okay. Let's capture. Let's promote the trade of queens, in fact. Promote the trade of queens. Promote the trade of material. Try to exert pressure using our passed pawn advantage, which will be this pawn primarily. And yeah. Somehow try to get maybe this knight here. Not sure. But I feel pressure building up even on the king here, even on the pawn here. So it's not a comfortable position for white. And you can see he is trying to be a bit dynamic now. Definitely trying to be a bit dynamic. It gives us opportunities too, possibly. We have 33 seconds left. It's not a lot, but we are ahead in the position. And our knight is poised to make a comeback. But not yet. Not yet. Oh, definitely now. Definitely want to exploit this hole. Definitely want to exploit this kind of hole. Whenever you see this position, you want to drop a knight in there. You just have to want to drop a knight in there. Maybe knight could have even come here to threaten this pawn as well, but whatever. Kicking this pawn ahead. So now we take the extra material. Yeah. Press forward. Offer trade. String them down here. Offer more trades and attack. Trade and attack. Too much. You had to capture there, so you had to capture there. Now he's going to try to keep the queen alive. We take another pawn. Rook under attack. Come back with the defense. I get the rook into the circle at the back end. Or a nice little mate here. Any trap which can still capture. Can still capture here. Hold off the exit. No. This is desperate. This is desperate. Yeah. All right. Good game. Good game. What can we say about it? I don't think it was my best game, but it was definitely not his best game either. Yeah. Somewhat of a shit show. So let's see. I blundered here in the opening, and I tried to make my blunder work, but instead I got myself tangled up in a few more knots. Very common occurrence. Once after you make one mistake, you follow up with a second mistake. But the good news is we held our position and he allowed me to reclaim the material, and then he made the second mistake, follow-up mistake, although I should have taken my shot here. And what is so amazing about it is after this comes what? Comes what exactly? Why is this so emphatically good for white? Computer thinks this is emphatically good for white, and that is because of the move g4. Are you kidding me? Wow. g4 next. g4. And this move is so powerful. I can barely do anything. Like knight d7, and then you have rook g1, or even g5 directly. g5 directly. And right, so this is the power of that sequence. Interesting. All right. Instead, we played a more humble setup. Didn't do the g4 lines. We kept this more like solid structure approach. But g4 in retrospect makes a lot of sense, especially when you see h6 on the board. Now you had some positional play, but inaccuracy here with the king. Looked a bit vulnerable there, but maybe centralizing the knight made more sense at that moment rather than shuffling the king around. So few errors in judgment here, and black was starting to turn the tables, but he misplayed this segment, like coming in with the queen and all. It was a bit too showy, not enough real intensity, a bit too showy. What he needed to do was to try get his knight into this complex web here. That would have been more effective for him. Instead, he gave me this, like this is a huge blunder. It's +2, it became +4. It's a huge blunder. And the knight doesn't make it any easier. We win material right off the bat. Encouraging a trade. He doesn't. So we're just simplifying the game, and he's not. All right, good game. Thank you.